Hi, my name is John Perkins. I'm a Precision Product Support Specialist out of Mayfield, Kentucky. Today we're going to go over hooking up the hydraulics on a really common planter, a 1795. Here we have a 1795 Max Emerge E. Let's dive into it. Very first thing is our case drain, our motor case drain. It needs to be hooked up first. That is the first order of operation when hooking up to a tractor as far as hydraulics. Next is going to be our number one SCV. That is going to be our frame, pressure, and frame return. So that is going to focus on raising our planter and lowering our planter. That needs to be done on SCV number one. SCV number two is typically our markers. So if we have markers on our planters, they would go into SCV number two. SCV number three is going to be our left vac. That's going to control the left vacuum on the left side of the planter. SCV number four is going to be our right vac. That's going to control the right side vac on the right side of the planter. Down in our Power Beyond, for this planter, we have hydraulic downforce. So we're going to have Power Beyond goes into pressure on the top of the Power Beyond stack, and then our return will go into the bottom of the Power Beyond stack. Now, if you forget which one is pressure or return, there is a label on the case on the inside. The top one is labeled with a P, which stands for pressure, and the bottom one is labeled with an R, that stands for return. On a 1795, if you do not have electric drive, you'll have what we call variable rate drive, so VRD. So that is hydraulic drive for our metering system. If you have a VRD on your planter, you have another set of hoses, okay? So the hoses would go into your Power Beyond pressure and return so that when the tractor is running, you have full flow of hydraulics to your VRD motors. So we've talked a little bit about order of operation and how they go from one all the way up. Let's talk a little bit more about left versus right, which is going to be pressure versus return. So this is going to matter when we get into the cab and how we actuate these hydraulic functions. Do we want to go forward with our remote control lever, our SCV lever, or do we want to go rearward? Most of the time, you would want to go forward to let the planter down and rearward to pick the planter up. But if that is backwards, you can swap these two hoses around. Number one can be configurable to your comfort level. Number two can be configurable to your comfort level. However, number three and number four, which we mentioned was both of our vacuums for our seed metering, they can only be configured one way. The reason why they need to be configured one way is by our tips. So we have a honeycomb tip and we have a traditional Pioneer tip that has the check valve built in. The honeycomb tip allows us for free flow hydraulics when we put the SCV into float position. When dealing with vacuum motors, when we shut them off, we want them to be in float position as we command them to go off. That way they have a free flow return back to sump without passing through a check valve creating pressure resistance. Now that we have our hydraulic lines hooked up to the tractor, let's move into the cab and talk about SCV settings and flow rate. Number one, SCV. So as we press down on our number one SCV, the planter is going to lower down into the ground. If we want to lift the planter, we would pull back on the SCV lever. Number two, we had mentioned those markers. So markers, to let the marker out, we would go down. To pull the marker back in, we would pull up. SCV3 and SCV4 are our left and right vac. We mentioned the honeycomb in the hydraulic portion when we were setting it up. This is where it becomes very important because in order to have the hydraulics hooked up correctly for the vacuums, we have to be able to turn SCV number 3 and SCV number 4 off into the float position. So in order to get in the float position, it has to go forward. So that's the reason why the honeycomb has to be on the pressure side of the SCV, which is the left-hand side. So here's what float would look like. If we push it all the way down, the lever stays down, and on the display we have the float symbol. So that's the way we would float our vacuum fans when turning them off. And they will stay down until you mechanically release them. Next is in the display, we want to set up our flow settings and our time settings for each one of these SCVs. So number one SCV is going to run in constant while we're planting. So That way, when we detent SCV number 1, we can see we are in constant pressure at full flow. SCV number 2 is our markers. So customers typically want to set that up on a timer. So here we have 20 seconds, which gives us enough time for our marker arm to go out when we detent it down, and enough time to go back in whenever we detent it in. SCV number 3 and SCV number 4 are both of our vacuums. They will need to run in a constant hydraulic state, just like it shows, constant. And the flow will vary depending on what vacuum that we need per seed size. Typical corn vacuums are around 15. Typical soybean vacuums are around 10. So in order to get the proper reading of vac, we would have to adjust the flow of the SCVs on 3 and 4. And in Gen 4, it's really easy to adjust the flow. You click on the SCV itself and you adjust the flow up or adjust the flow down. If you're needing more vac, you would adjust up. If you're needing less vac, you would adjust down in order to calibrate the seed variety that we are planting. So SCV number 1 is going to do our raise and lower of the planter frame. Also, when the planter frame is in the ground, SCV1 hydraulics is used to operate the CCS blower. So that's going to be the pressure that is in the CCS tank, which is delivering the seed to our mini hoppers per each row. So once SCV number 1 is detented down and the planter height switch indicates that it is down, that's when the planter uses some of the hydraulics out of SCV number 1 to run the CCS fan. Now, the CCS fan has a gauge on the front of the planter that is going to read 0 to 30 inches of water. So for corn, we want that around that 10 Hg. And for soybeans, or really small seed, we would want that around 8 Hg. And that is mechanically set on the gauge valve block right beside the CCS blower fan. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to your local store at Hudson or reach out to one of your Precision Ag specialists.